let's start. Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Zainab, and I'm also a Free alumni, and I worked for Free for a very short time before the fall of Afghanistan in August 2021. And also, I'm the first Afghan woman triathlete. Today, I'm very honored to be moderating today's conversation as part of Free Underground Runs campaign. And before we begin, I know many of you are familiar with Free to Run. Here's a little bit information about Free to Run. Free to Run believes that running can be a powerful tool for advancing gender equality through running. Free to Run supports girls and women living in conflict-affected communities, helping them to build confidence, leadership skills, agency, and healthier futures. So, unfortunately, this August marks the 5-year anniversary that the Taliban came back to power in Afghanistan in August 2021. It was shocking for many of us inside of Afghanistan and also around the world. And it has been already 5 years that everyone, all the Afghan women in Afghanistan are denied their basic rights. The right to get education, to earn income, to play sports, you name it, they ban women from all of their rights. So to honor the courage and resilience of Afghan women, underground runs are taking place both inside of Afghanistan and also around the world. Many of these runs are organized very quietly and shared through personal network because for many Afghan women, simply running it's an act of courage. Today's conversation celebrate that courage while also help raising awareness and support for Free to Run's mission. Today we have actually two panelists. One is Habiba, who is here with us. We are still waiting for Zahra. She is a Free to Run coach inside of Afghanistan. So while we wait for her, I can go ahead and ask my questions from Habiba. Habiba, would you like to introduce us? Tell us who you are, where you're joining us from, and also share a little bit about your running journey.
Yeah, thank you, Zaina John, for the introduction, and hi everyone. My name is Habiba, and I live in Italy. Beside, I'm currently training for the Sydney Marathon that hopefully will happen very soon. And beside that, I'm a university student.
Great, yeah, thank you. We wish you all the best in your both education and in your running journey. So, my first question is that looking back, what inspired you to start running, and how has running changed your life?
Well, when I was at high school, I was always curious to do some sort of sport besides studies because naturally I really wanted to do. Probably that at the time I was a teenager and more my purpose was to become fit. So I think that was originally the purpose. But then when I started running and I found Free to Run, I realized that running and sport is so much more than becoming fit, right? When I started running, I made so many new friends, other girls who really inspired me, including you, Zainab John, and I was confident and free actually, and the time that I was running with free to run back in Afghanistan, that was the only time I can say that I was feeling good, like I was feeling confident, I was
Mhm.
feeling free. So yeah, that's how the journey began, and it's still part of my life.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Same story. Like when I joined freeze run and started running, first of all, I couldn't believe that I could run. So that already boosted my self-confidence. And then when I started to run, I was feeling that as a person, as a human being, I exist, because every time when you're moving in Kabul or in other provinces or cities of Kabul, as a woman, you need to hide yourself. You need to not attract any attentions. But whenever I was running, I was feeling that I exist, simply exist. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. And then uh, you already mentioned that as an Afghan woman, what running represents to you beyond the sport. It means freedom, and and that's great. Um, One question I had for Zahra, and she's not here. What do you think, or like Afghan woman has been through a lot, both before Taliban taking over. We had the traditional barriers. People still couldn't accept women running on the streets. And also now, after the Taliban taking over, it's totally banned. It's against the law. You can get detained, and no one knows what could happen to you. And we had some cases that, unfortunately, Afghan women were detained for practicing their rights, and then a lot could happen in while they were in detention centers. So my question to you is that what has helped you stay resilient and continue pursuing your dream even during the most difficult moments? I mean, this is a question that should be asked from all of Afghan women, since they have been through a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the question, Zainab John. So, yeah, unluckily, by the change of regime back in the country in 2021, I, like every other Afghan woman, lost whatever I had and whatever I built and whatever my dreams were. So it was very unlucky that schools and human right basically for women was banned. Um, Besides the restrictions and beside the challenges that I had at the time when I was in the country and women have today, there was always something down deep in my heart that said that kept me, hoping that I thought I deserve better than this. I have worked so hard for my education and for sport, so I'm not going to, I'm not gonna leave it all like that.
Mhm.
So that's how I took the hardest decision, and I left my home, and leaving my home means leaving everything that I had, and which was also very challenging, moving to a new country and not knowing the language, and there are many even more challenges here in a different country. So but what keeps me inspired and what kept me not to give up is that um, I think if we believe in ourselves, and if we truly believe that we are strong, and we have to, we deserve to get what is meant for us. So, and reflecting back on the situation of women and girls in Afghanistan, I here have freedom. So it's very sad, but on the other side, it's an honor to run for them, to raise their voice, and to uh, maybe raise a little bit of awareness. I do my best, but what I do is to be the voice for those who can't speak today.
Mhm.
And my only wish is to see Afghan women free, as every human being should be. So I think I am still hoping to reach that wish.
That's great. Yeah, that's. I mean, all of us wish that to see Afghan women free, and that to see all of them running wherever they want to run, or if they want to get further education, they can do earning income. All of this. It's just so I don't even I don't find sometimes word to describe the feeling that how frustrating it is that Afghanistan and the women of Afghanistan are the only ones in the whole world that are denied from their basic human rights. And what I'm afraid the most that it's going to be normal. There are less people who are talking uh, about these rights that are denied from Afghan women. Thank you. I've heard that recently you just organized an underground run. Let me know a little bit more about it. How was it? And then, yeah, everything you would like to talk us about the run you organized.
So this running campaign for free to run was obviously for free to run, but at the same time, it was the solidarity with Afghan women, and and their resilience, their courage is really appreciable. And we know that Afghan women at the situation that they are today, they still do not give up. I mean, we know that they are studying online, they are doing online business. I mean, some of them do sport and trainings at home, which at the situation that Afghan women are is is very hard. It's very hard that someone continues this, but their resilience is incredible to me, and it inspires me when I see girls and women being active at this situation, and they are fighting basically
Mhm.
to get their right. So it inspires me, and to appreciate their resilience. I had organized an event in Italy, in Rome, and to still be their voice of those who can't speak, who are not allowed to run. And so we run for them, and their resilience is really appreciable. And my second goal of this campaign was for those who are not actually active here in Italy. So my main attention was to bring more Afghan community in this campaign, because I wanted to show them that women in Afghanistan are hoping or wishing, because they understand more, right? They are wishing to do run, and in this situation they are trying to do some sort of sport, maybe gym or pilates and yoga. But since we are here and we have the freedom, why shouldn't we run, and why we shouldn't use this freedom? So that was my secondary goal, let's say.
No, that's great. And yeah, and I'm sure they will have impact on people. People will know more about the situation of Afghan women and girls. And there are people we don't know. Sometimes when I talk to some people, I don't know what they can do. But later, I know, for example, some of them that they can maybe provide opportunity, or they can also talk to their friends. about certain issues, especially about Afghan women, and then no one knows. Yeah, thank you so much for organizing that. So my other question is that I mean, we all want the world to know about the difficulties and challenges of Afghan women that are going right now. Um, what's one thing you wish people around the world would better understood about Afghan women today? Stereotypes or misconceptions. They think that Afghanistan was into war. They think Afghan women as a victim, but they are resilient. And today we are trying to celebrate their resiliency. So, what's one thing that you wish the people around the world would better understood about Afghan women?
Yes, I agree with you that people think that Afghan women are victims. Well, we are not hopeless victims. We are ambitious. We have dreams, and we are working hard. I'm speaking for all women in Afghanistan. And in this hard situation where you basically have not are not allowed to do anything, people are doing these strong women. They are still being active and still trying to learn and to educate themselves because and to do sport because these are the basic human rights and that's what I wish that people may understand more because this is so important. Yeah, well, the situation in Afghanistan is critical, but it doesn't mean that everyone accepts it and everyone is victim. So we have ambitious women who are fighting and improving themselves.
That's great. Thank you so much. So we have Leila who also organized a run in Montreal with 25 runners. That's great. Thank you for organizing that run. If our audience has any question about situation of Afghan women in Afghanistan right now, or any specific question from Habiba or me, please feel free to type it in the chat. And then, do you have any memories, any good memories of you running in Afghanistan with free to run that you would like to share? A fun one? Yeah.
Well, actually, I think my first run with free run was a bit funny. I keep telling it to everyone. I can't remember if you were there as well, but um, so we as a group we went for this morning run, and my team leader at the time, who was Cobra, she said that so she showed me a distance where I had to run, and that was 500 meter. And then she said, if you do it 2 times, it's gonna be 1 kilometer. Because I did not have a smartphone or a smartwatch, I had nothing to measure it, so I just
Mm-hmm.
had to remember how long did I run. And by the end of the run, she I went to her. I mean, I had to complete a form, and then I told her that I ran 6 kilometers, and then she said, "No, that can't be true because it's your first day running. 6 kilometers is a bit too much." So on the paper, she wrote 2 kilometers for me. So I had no proof. I had nothing to prove it, but I knew that I ran 6 kilometers. And
Mm.
the funny thing is, on the weekend of that week, we went for hiking, and I think I was one of the top group members. And I mean, I was strong. I had a lot of energy and a
Mhm.
lot of motivation and
Yes. Yeah.
physically strong. So, yeah, and then I remember the same team leader told me that, oh, I wish I could find you earlier.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Also, me, when I started running the first time, I was training with Cobra. She was, as you mentioned, one of the team leaders. and another friend, and I ran nonstop for the first time. I was so, I couldn't believe myself, day two. So there is, I think, a question in the chat. The question says, Leila is asking, how our implications could help Afghan women in Afghanistan. I mean, I don't know exactly what implications we are talking about, but if you are talking about raising awareness, organizing run, talking about it, it has a lot of impacts. First of all, you're raising awareness. As I mentioned earlier, you don't know who the next person can do. I personally didn't know some people that I talked about, for example, the challenges of Afghan women, and they were either a leader of an organization or they were working in higher education. So then they went home and they were thinking about themselves. And for example, one of them came back and said, "I'm going to have or create a curriculum for an online education for Afghan women, for 20 or 10 Afghan women, and help them with these kind of skills." So that was one thing. And then there are a lot. You don't know what other people can do, but it's important to share the story. Even, for example, some of them, then they can at the policy level, maybe they can advocate for Afghan women. And then also, there are other ways you can do it. For example, if you have organized a run, gather runners together. If you talk about, for example, Free to Run, what Free to Run has been doing to help Afghan women and girls. I'm an example who benefited from Free to Run services, and it has been life-changing. So if you can support this organization, you can be either an ambassador or you can donate to this organization. And there are a lot of other organizations, depending on your passion. If your passion is running or sports, Free to Run is a good example that you can support them. And then there are other organizations that are helping underground educations. You can also support them by donating them or volunteer your time as a mentor. Or if you want, for example, for Free to Run, you can be an ambassador. So there are a lot of ways that we can help Afghan women and girls. And the most important thing, I think, for the Afghan women and girls, know that they are not alone, and there are other women who are advocating for them, sharing their stories for them. I mean, that is a lot for them. They, most of the time, they think they are alone in this, and they are the only one that are experiencing this. No one can understand them. Of course, we cannot understand them, but we should not let them feel that they are alone. Uh, let's talk about them. If you can connect to someone from a girl from Afghanistan and just simply talk with them, mentor them, that would be great. And thank you so much, yeah, for being becoming a new ambassador. Habiba, do you want to add anything about how our implications can help Afghan women or women in Afghanistan?
Yes, well, I would shortly reply by telling a part of my story. As I said, I was just a little girl who was going just to school, coming back, and I had no, even before the change of regime in Afghanistan, our community was always conservative, and it was not normal for a girl to go outside and run or to bike or to do sport. So, but I found free to run. I think I was one of the luckiest ones that found free to run, and how free to run changed my whole life, like my whole perspective. I meet so many. First of all, I started doing sport. Maybe if I wouldn't meet free to run, I would never that quicker. Maybe later on, I don't know, but I'm pretty confident that at the time I wouldn't start doing sport. So for me, for myself, free to run was had a huge impact in my life by simply taking me from home to go and to pick me up and mm, to bring me in a place where I can run with a team, where I can run peacefully. So that was a huge that had a huge impact in my life, and I am sure it's not only me, but it's everyone who were involved in Free to Run and everyone who is actually involved in Free to Run programs. Um, so what I'm trying to say is that let's make more girls lucky, right? I was the lucky one, and I got this opportunity, but I'm sure there are many girls still waiting for their turn. So what we can do is to support Free One's work, because this work is incredible. It's incredible. You support women and girls.
I think Zahra has some, sorry, Habiba has some connectivity issues. Uh, Habiba, can you hear us? Okay. Yeah, we lost Habiba. Thank you so much for getting online, hearing our stories, hearing what Freerun has done so far and is doing so far. We are Freerun alumni. I mean, we saw the change in ourselves, and we really hope to see these changes in other Afghan women and girls. We are hopeful after the collapse of Afghanistan in 2021, many of the organizations they stopped serving Afghan people, Afghan women and girls, but Freedom has been trying and is trying to find ways to support more Afghan girls and women. So yeah, keep contact with Freeze and we lost Habiba. I really want to thank her so much for sharing her story, and she's doing great. She has run Berlin Marathon. She is going to run the Sydney Marathon. And if today's conversation has inspired you, please consider supporting Freeze Run in any ways you can do. You can become an ambassador, or you can just donate to Freeze Run. And when you donate, you know that Freeze Run is going to provide safe places for women and girls to be able to simply play sports as simple right, a basic rights that Afghan women and girls are denied to. Not only that, they help with leadership opportunities for Afghan women and girls, and also other life-changing programs for women, for Afghan women who really deserve to run, lead, and learn. So yeah, every contribution, every support makes a difference. Thank you all for joining us today. There are going to be other panel discussions throughout the week. This week is very important. If you know other Afghan women, just connect with them. These 5 years has been very difficult for the Afghan women, both, of course, inside the country and also those who had to flee the Taliban who are living abroad. So if you know any Afghan woman, just go talk to them and support them in any ways you can do. Again, thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you for supporting women of Afghanistan and all the women around the world. Thank you.